Good afternoon. The Arts Council for Monterey County welcomes you to our monthly online segment, Artist Spotlight. I am Karen Lee Garcia, the Programs Director, and today I am so pleased to welcome the Wispy Wasps, Rachel and Billy Schmidt. Thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So the Whiskey Wasps are an indie band founded by husband and wife, Billy and Rachel Schmidt, originally from West Palm Beach, Florida. And the couple relocated to California in 2017, combined with their time with the indie rock band Raggy Monster. The two have shared the stage with Smashing Pumpkins, Train, The Misfits, Charlie Daniels, and many more. Recently, their music video collaborations with luxury real estate agents have featured on the cover page of the Carmel Pinecone as a mold-breaking innovation to marketing properties. Their third album, Muskogee, was released in May 2020, and they are now working on a children's book and musical concept album with baby number 2 on the way. Billy and Rachel promise it to be their most ambitious project to date, the album, not the baby. So congratulations on baby number 2.
Thank you.
And welcome to our Artist Spotlight again. And I always have that moment when I'm reading the bio and there's something I'm super like personal to me, like the Smashing Pumpkins, and I'm like, don't say anything embarrassing, like start quoting a line from the song. So from one of your favorite songs. I always have to have a moment of pause because I'm like, oh, I love the Smashing Pumpkins. So I'm so excited to speak to you both. And I wanted to start with, if you're comfortable about it, kind of talking about your journey from the East Coast to California and, you know, why you made that transition and how it's been coming to the coast.
Yeah, of course. What has it been now? Almost 4 years?
Coming up on 4 years in February.
Yep. Yeah, so we moved out here about 4 years ago. My whole family, we're all transplants. My brother was the first to come out. He's in the wine business. And then my mom and youngest brother followed suit for the school districts. And so he went to Carmel High and is now at Davis University. So we knew we wanted to kind of settle down and start a family. And we've been visiting here since I was a kid, and it's just, there's no place like it. So here we are.
Beautiful. Yeah. So we want to start off by talking about, you know, all of the recognition that you've received from your real estate music videos because it is so unique. And tell us a little bit more about the concept, how it came to be, and we will share a little video.
Okay. Well, the first video that we did, I was working for a little while with this team called the Oldham Group, and we came up with this concept for a music video to market a property. And it was a result of us just, you know, watching a lot of real estate videos that we had seen, and, you know, lifestyle videos have been done. And
it's almost the same layout every time. It's like a cool car drives up and a good looking person walks out, and then they walk into the house and just kind of walk around a little bit. And we are like, man, there's some factors missing here that I think we could add to.
Yeah, so the concept was let's take that, because doing a lifestyle video to sell a property is definitely a step in the right direction, because you're selling the lifestyle. When you live in a place like Carmel and you're selling a house in Carmel, you're really selling the lifestyle more so than just the house. It's where it's located and the amenities that come with that. So
it doesn't hurt when it's a sweet house.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
But our thought process was, let's make this a piece of content that is beyond selling the house. It's a piece of entertainment that people would like to watch purely for the entertainment value. Because in the end, people watch a video like that and they understand that it's a property that's being marketed for sale without it being thrown in their face as, you know, we don't put the price, we don't even put for sale we just subtly put the property website at the end, but most people watch it because they think it's entertaining and they like the song, and they end up going to the website because they're interested, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it serves the purpose of marketing the property, but it also is great branding, and
it's been a great creative outlet for us too, because we don't gig as much. So it's kind of given us this new format to write music for, and
Mm-hmm.
actually to put like a thought or idea or dream into an actual visual piece of work that you can look back on and see. It's pretty cool.
It's absolutely stunning, and I'm going to show just a snippet of it right now.
Thanks.
I don't hear the audio. Is that coming?
I'm going to start that over
Okay.
because I realized I didn't click the very special button.
Oh.
1 second. Here we go. It's no problem to watch this one over again. So here we go.
Yeah.
Who cares if we're a little late again? On to Negra Black Mountain. Made of magnifier stick. I think it enough of it. Oh, cuddle up, right by my side. For years we'll talk about tonight. Not a place that feels like home, no matter where we
Wow.
Fun. So that was actually the third one of those music video, real estate lifestyle video concepts that we did. And that one was really fun because everyone you see in that video other than us is the family, the owners of that property. And so they reached out to us and they wanted to do it. They wanted to do this because they saw the other two that we did.
Right.
And they were like, we want one of these for our property. We think it's the best possible way to capture the essence of it and what really makes it special. And so we
just so happened to kind of already have this horse riding concept, and we were kind of waiting for a property that had
open up
and land. And even though I hadn't been on a horse in like 9 years, I had horses when I was a kid and I just love them. So it was really cool that this worked out the way that it did.
Yeah, so we pitched the idea to them, and they that we wanted a party. It was part of it, and it turned out that it was the wife's birthday coming up, and he wanted to do something anyway. So that was all real. And so
Yeah.
And you can feel that right away. I mean, without even knowing the background story, I immediately was like, it felt like, are these people acting? Because it just felt so natural and warm, and I'm just a curious person, so I was just, who are all these people? And look at her on this horse, and it was just it's so beautiful and magical, and of course, immediately wants me to have the means to visit this house and purchase it. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I just love the concept, and I love that you guys are kind of setting the tone in the area for this new level of marketing. It's just really great. So um and just quickly about writing the song, you kind of you said a concept already, but when you're writing it, are you just kind of what's your process with that? Did you go tour the property in advance, or just conversations with the family?
He did, yeah. And the property's name is Casa en la Montenegra. So we knew we wanted, which means Black Mountain. We based the song on the name of the home, and we knew we wanted horses, and we knew we wanted a party. So we thought it'd be a cute concept to write the song from the rider to the horse. Let's take a ride. Let's sneak out real quick before this party starts. And it gave the perfect opportunity to sneak out and see the land and kind of the property, and then return late. Yet
Right.
again, it mentions in the song that this might happen kind of often. And so she's returning, and it's just this warm, welcoming family, which we just got lucky with that. They just were warm and welcoming and awesome. And we didn't have to act, because we really did feel just comfortable, and it was fun.
Yeah, we were kind of bummed actually, because that was the first and last time we ever got to spend with the family, and we were pretending to be part of the family, and we really felt
I guess
like
I'm never gonna see my dad again. But that was the only time we ever saw them.
You're like, can I get your email address or something?
Yeah.
No, but that was a particularly rewarding one, because when I finished editing the video, I sent it to the owners, and then we took our daughter for a walk, and I stepped away from my phone for probably 45 minutes. And I came back, and I had 7 missed calls and 4 voicemails from the owners, just overjoyed, ecstatic about how much they just loved it. And they said they were running around the house and just like enjoy and crying.
Saved the voicemail because it's so sweet.
Wow.
It's so cute. They're both just like, woo!
They just loved it so much. And it made me realize that this is a service that we offer that goes beyond just marketing the property. Like, we gave these guys, because that house had a lot of meaning to them. They have a lot of memories there. And so they're leaving this, and the house is in escrow now, the property's in escrow, but they're leaving this experience with a memento.
They're not even really leaving it. They'll have it forever. Because and it makes me want to do one just at our little apartment.
You should. So I'm just going to transition into you both talking about your album that was released in May 2020, in the midst of shelter in place, and kind of how that process was for you, and just anything different, the outcome, just to share.
Yeah. Muskogee was a compilation of my songs that I had written, kind of teaching myself guitar, just over probably the past like 7+ years. And they just never, they were songs that I liked and we liked, but they had never fit anywhere. They didn't fit in our full band's albums. They didn't really, it wasn't so much that they didn't fit with the Whiskey Wasps, but we were also writing Whiskey Wasp albums and stuff, so we just didn't have the need to put them somewhere. And I was like, what am I doing with all these songs? We should just record them, since we're here anyways, just kind of sitting here looking for something fun to do. And that's kind of how that came about.
Mhm.
And Billy added some really cool stuff to it. We have accordion and one of my favorite songs, one that I actually wrote for him.
Mhm.
And we're gonna do a music video on
Yeah.
that one. We already have some footage for it, but we're just finishing it up. So.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that one's she's talking about is called The Painter. It's the opening track on the album. We'll be releasing a music video for that in the next month or two.
Wonderful.
And that one we totally did ourselves, so it's not quite as high budget. We didn't bring in our friend James Molinaro, who is the videographer that helps us make these look so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to turn out pretty good. And then the other song that we actually did something with on that album was called Cafe Au Lait.
Okay.
And that was another one that it actually had nothing to do with the property that it ended
Mhm.
up being used for, but it just I think you're going to play a clip from it.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna play a clip from it.
this is a next level kind of property. It's an iconic one that we, Tim Allen, we co-listed with Canning
Mhm.
Properties Group. And it's been called the crown jewel of Pebble Beach. It's an iconic property. You can see it from anywhere in the area, from Carmel. And so we felt like it needed a song and a vibe to it that was almost like dreamy and like otherworldly.
Mhm.
This one's a little more serious than the
Yeah.
last one. And Billy's sister, we just so happen to have these great friends and families that are just really talented. And Billy's sister happens to be a professional ballerina for Pittsburgh Ballet, and she was in town. So she's the star of this one. It's pretty
It's
cool.
like perfect timing. So I'm gonna share the 1 minute clip in 1 second.
Yeah.
All right.
And I have always wondered what that property looked like, because you're right, because you can see it from all over the place. And now I know.
And sharp of mind. Touch my hands.
I wanted to keep going. I'm gonna go watch the full version after this.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful, and like you said, captured the property, and also hearing a song that you said didn't quite fit in other albums, but you created this your new album in May, and you have this one visual representation of it, and I look forward to seeing your next videos. So
Yeah.
posted on that. While we're talking, we are also sharing in the Facebook feed these videos so that everyone also can enjoy them too. So
Nice.
yeah, and so we've talked a little bit about music video production, but tell us a little bit more. You mentioned a little bit more about what's next, but I guess I want to just move right into this next just video clip so you can talk about it. It's from a video from, it's your Morning Snow video. And just so you can kind of share a little bit more about how this came about.
Yeah.
audience go and find the video and watch the whole thing. But tell me a little bit about when we were reviewing clips, I immediately was drawn to this video. So just share a little bit about how this was kind of put together.
Yeah. So that was filmed actually in one of our favorite venues, which is like this 100-year-old house that they converted into a restaurant and music venue in Delray Beach, Florida. So you wouldn't know that watching the video. Obviously, that's not Florida. So this is probably a really good example of where we just kind of figure out how to make things work with the budget that we have, which at the time was gigging musicians' budget, so not very much.
And that's actually, that song's off our holiday album, Melancholy Holly. So we are sitting there recording the song in our house, and it's coming up on December, but it's still 100 degrees out. And we want to portray this cozy cottage feeling of Christmas and coffee, and we ended up using some stock footage to kind of send that message.
Which as a viewer, you would never know. I mean, I watched it immediately and I was thinking, oh, are they filming this in Tahoe? Like, where did they film this video? So you guys really hit it on the nail, because I was just totally in a winter wonderland, and
I almost don't like to admit that.
I know. Well, we'll do one legit now that we have the means to. We can actually go up to Lake Tahoe maybe and do one. I think we are going to do another holiday album this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So a lot of big projects in the works for you both. A lot of great things. So the last thing that we wanted to share is kind of is what's next. You guys have been kind of dripping the, what's next as we've talked, but you have a children's book that is in progress right now. So can you talk a little bit about that? Yeah,
this is very much so a long-term.
Yeah, I would say our short-term project right now is probably, believe it or not, the holiday album, because you have to start working on that pretty soon. Yeah. But the long term, this is our baby for sure.
Yeah, this is a concept that started from, I feel like I could say it started from when I was a kid. When I was like 4 years old, I came up with this imaginary friend named Raggy Monster, and I used to sit with a typewriter that my mom got at a thrift store and type out these stories that Raggy would go through, and I would illustrate them too. And so I was making children's books when I was like 10 years old. And it's just something that I've always been interested in. I haven't really done it much since that age. So this is something that as an adult I've always wanted to do, is make a children's book. And so the concept is it's a children's book, but it's also a musical album. And
it's kind of similar to Muskogee in that way. I've been writing lullabies and we've been writing children's songs, but some are kind of dark and scary. But if you look at the classics,
they're dark.
They kind of are dark and scary.
They are, yes.
Yeah.
So
logistically, the way it's going to work though is it's a book that it'll have like a QR code on it or something where you can just hold your phone up and it pulls up the website or the Spotify link. We haven't worked out all the logistics yet, but and then you can choose whether you want to listen to the audio book, which includes the songs, because the songs kind of are written into the story. So, you'll be listening to what's going on that's being narrated. I think we're getting somebody with a great British accent to narrate the book. And I wish we could get David Attenborough to have it be a like Planet Earth kind of vibe, but I think he got our budget.
There's so many cool characters that have come about just kind of writing the story around existing songs.
I'm going to share a few with the audience.
That's the book is called Mr. and Mrs. Wasps Book of Imaginary Tales, I think is what we're calling it.
Yep.
And that's us.
And are you the illustrator also?
No.
Or-
No, so the
Okay.
illustrator is a buddy of ours. His name's Kyle, or he goes by Kyle Smile. And he's super talented. We met him in West Palm Beach and hit it off one night. And I told him about this concept, and he pretty much immediately went home and sketched out these couple of just, starting to get the ideas flowing of, the wasps break off a piece of their nest and then they travel on
There's
it
the
as their
lady.
boat. Yeah, and this is a Jamaican water beetle
Oh, wow.
that they run into along the way.
The storyteller. Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah. So this is very much so in its infancy stages still.
But we've written a lot. Billy works on it quite a bit. There's a lot. We actually may need to edit it down.
Yeah, we got to keep it to be a children's book and not a novel.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can have a spin-off, You don't have to follow the rules. You can have a children's version and an adult version. Adult version.
Yeah.
Be a little longer.
It's definitely for everyone, I would say. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited, and I'm excited that I had an opportunity to meet and speak with you both. And there's so much for our audience and the community at large, and to look forward to videos, book down the line, an album, a new baby.
Yeah.
So where can we find you online, and how can we stay in touch?
Yeah, go to thewhiskeywasps.com, and we have everything on there. You can download our music. You can listen to the new song. We just released a new song that we actually wrote on New Year's Eve last year, 2019, called Chin Up, Tomorrow's a New Year. And we didn't release it back then, thank God, because we'd be looking back like we jinxed this, we caused it. But so we released it this year, and this year it is what it is already. But hopefully it goes up from here.
It's more about your mindset. All right.
Yeah.
You gotta have a good mindset.
So no matter what's happening, we always need to make sure our mind, is calm and at peace. So.
Yeah, and I would also say follow us on Instagram at The Whiskey Wasps and Facebook. But Instagram is where we really
That's where we're the most active. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I encourage all of our audience members to follow you on social media, on Instagram, and go to your website. And thank you both so much for joining us this afternoon. And
thanks for having us.
To see you in person very soon.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for next month for another artist spotlight every Wednesday at noon. And be sure to, on this particular video, to comment and share. And of course, to learn more about the Arts Council for Monterey County, visit us at www.artsformc.org. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks, Aaron and Karen.
Bye.
Bye.